Welcome to SIssues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know, when you have sisters, you have issues. If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Hello, sister!
Hey, sis! Nice to see ya!
You too. Oh my gosh, my feet are asleep. They're all prickly. I was sitting on them for way too long. That's the weirdest feeling.
It's so bizarre. You know what? I remember being in grade 9, I think it was, and we were watching this movie, and I was sitting on top of a desk, and I had my legs crossed, but they weren't crossed under me; they were crossed over me. So my feet were sitting on top of my thighs, and I was sitting there for like 45 minutes like that. And when the movie was over, I just like took my feet out and then jumped off the desk, and I fell flat on my face. Because my feet were dead asleep. So I couldn't feel them. So when I jumped off the desk, it felt like my ankles broke.
That's hilarious.
Girlfriend's looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I can't feel my feet.
Oh my God.
It was like the most bizarre feeling. And I had to lay there until I could feel my feet. And then my feet were just complete pins and needles. It was just like I couldn't walk on them. So I like happened to lay on the floor of this classroom and it was embarrassing. Like first week of school, brand new to this school. It was the worst.
Yeah.
But now that I think of it, must have been hilarious to everybody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure. To everybody else, yeah. I've got like a ton of pins and needles on both feet. But anywho.
Hi,
everybody. Well, we're back. Season 1. Today we're going to be watching episode 3, The Way Out. So again, get your DVD out, Netflix up, whatever. Again, skip the recap and go directly to the intro song. And that's where we're going to start hitting play. So if you need to pause us, go right ahead. We'll still be here. Sorry about that.
We're turning down our volume because it seems like we're really loud today.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not just you. It's me too. I was like barking into my mic. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, but I got up early.
I
went something? Outside. I shoveled. Like I have some energy. I had my chocolate milk already.
Chocolate milk.
Okay,
how old are you?
Listen, this is adult chocolate milk. It's sugar-free chocolate almond milk with 2 pumps of sugar-free chocolate syrup.
Yeah, that's adult chocolate milk, all right. That sounds fucking disgusting.
Well, it's like kind of like ordering from, that coffee joint. It just is very complicated.
A coffee joint. Apparently, we don't have permission to advertise. And if you want to advertise on the SIssues podcast, you can send us free coffee, and we will talk about you.
No, I'd rather just money. Just send me money.
Just send me money. Give me some money, and I will talk about your chocolate milk on my podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Okay. So hopefully you guys
I think I'm
ready?
drunk tired.
Okay. All right, we just need to get going. Let's get going because we'll be here for 3 hours, and then by an hour, everybody will be sleeping and just like, I'll just let them talk. I gotta go grocery shop.
Just shut up, bitches! I just wanted to watch episode 3. Just like
take it more seriously. Okay.
I don't know. That's why we have SIssues.
Yeah, well, we definitely have SIssues this morning.
Is it morning?
Is
it night? I don't know. Afternoon?
It's something. Alrighty. Did you want to
know
count us
what?
down?
Whatever time you're watching this, that's when it is for us.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
Sissy, count us down.
We're gonna go in 3, 2, and 1.
Play. There we are.
So, I'm too hyper because this tone just seems like really low. It's
I know.
like
We're
going very
well, then don't
slow.
stop. Don't stop. Just keep going.
Oh my god.
Going. Oh, the hanging bloody whippadoos.
Yeah.
Whippadoos. That just almost makes them sound not so painful.
I wish I had her lips. I have thin lips. Now that I'm getting older, my lips are getting thinner.
I guess it's a good thing that I always had very thick, luscious lips. Because
I didn't.
I did, though. That's
My
what I'm
bottom
saying.
one is good. My top one gets thinner as I'm aging.
Yeah, well, I think that's what happens. And you know what I really don't like about your lips getting old is they get that glossy pinkness.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm letting mine get chapped so they don't get that glossy pinkness.
Okay, but you know what? A year ago I started using baby oil all over me, and I also put it on my face and lips. I have no more dry skin.
Well, no, that's because you're basted. You based yourself.
Yep.
Elixir. Ector wet. Elixir ween.
You're
Wet.
crazy.
I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read the bottle.
Oh, you're trying to read the bottles.
Choo choo.
I miss going on the train.
We traveled on the train from New
A
Brunswick
lot.
all the way to Manitoba.
Yeah, when we moved to Winnipeg.
Yep. And
That was
the
fantastic.
story is that when we got off the train, me and my 6-year-old brain said, "Wow, the sky is so big."
Yeah, because it was lit up. We've never seen a city so big like that before,
Well,
right?
no, we hadn't seen a sky so big.
Yeah.
Because it's so freaking flat
Yeah.
out there. Can see there's no hills, there's no nothing. You can see for a mile. Your dog runs away. You can see it for 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Running, running, running.
They look so good in their uniforms.
But it's funny, eh? Kind of the reverse where she's heading off to war first,
Yep.
like heading out to the field. Not that
Yeah.
he's not part of it already, but
Mhm. Yeah.
it's normally the lady, waving her kerchief goodbye
Uh-huh.
to her hubby.
Yeah. Yeah. Not so this time.
No, I had to turn the heat on in here today because I'm cold. I think it was from building up a sweat, shoveling the driveway this morning.
Yeah. Not so much in here. Hotter
Where's a
than
hot
the hinges
flash
of
when
hell.
you need it?
And old
Oh.
Frank M16 secret spy. So that's what, you know what? That's my trigger. Frank just knows so much more than he says.
Of course he does.
Oh, I just noticed that for the first time. The way he waves, it's just like the arm goes up and looks like a salute, and so as opposed to a wave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this part.
Oh God.
Mm,
Can you imagine how cold that water is?
no kidding.
But you know what? It wakes you the hell up, I tell you.
I'd say,
Yeah.
God, freaking
I don't
nipples
wanna-
could probably cut glass right now.
Right? Exactly.
Sheesh.
And you know what? She's just dabbling her. Wipe her down.
Right?
And-
I know Claire's just like, no, I just need to get some clothes on right now. Thanks.
Oh, can you imagine how it would, like, truly cold it would be in there if it wasn't a set?
Oh.
I
Let's-
bet you got dressed fast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love this part.
Oh yeah.
Can I tell you something? Of course you can.
This is something. Yeah, when I remember when they released the little commercial of this, how the fandom melted down.
Really?
It was hilarious. Yeah, because of course this isn't in the book. This is,
Oh, yeah.
she never told anybody.
But I think this was a nice little addition, though, right? Because, again, it's from Claire's perspective. So
Mhm.
this is what she would ideally like to do, to have someone there in her corner, because she is completely alone at this point,
Uh-huh.
right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Stranger in a strange land.
Yeah. I like
One of
all
the
these
best lines.
cutaways and then cutbacks,
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm. And Mrs. Fitz, the way Annette Badland played this was so good. She was just like trying to process it, and she's like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about."
Well, she's got
like it.
She's got really great facial expressions, and
that comes from, and that's why I really enjoy actors from the UK, is because so many of them have their roots in theater.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I agree with that 100%.
Because they have to be much more expressive. They have to convey their emotions in their face, like first and foremost for the audience, right? So it's something that they make a little bit more subtle for the screen. However, it does so much, and that's why Tobias and Sam and all of the characters that their roots are truly with the theater. So I think that's what makes them such great actors.
I agree with that, because as someone sitting in the geez.
Sorry. I wasn't smacking you. I was, following.
Yes, you did.
With Mrs. Faith.
Just you wait until I see you. Okay.
No, please. This is the only way I can smack you. I tickle you for torture. That's my thing.
Yeah, but you just end up pissing me off when you do that.
I know.
Somebody's going to end up getting hurt.
It's just like Mom. I used to do that to Mom, and she used to stop and just give me the look. You have the same look.
Oh, she didn't have to raise a hand.
Nope.
All she did was have to look at you, and you knew.
Stopped.
Right.
Immediately.
You know what? I'm going to start freaking using that look.
You do use that look.
I'm done. Well,
you
just
do
with
use
you.
That look. Oh, okay.
I don't use it where I should be using it.
Jesus. I'm the lucky wiener.
Well, yeah, we're sisters.
This is really cute. Well, not cute, a little pervy. Like,
okay, I like her top there. I like that one. I like that jacket with the.
You mean the kerchief?
No,
there she goes.
No. I like that ensemble on top.
Oh, okay, ensemble.
Yeah, because I don't know the 18th century name for it. What? Oh, she knows better than that. Come on. That part I don't believe. She wouldn't have done that. She would have been, bugs, back in the jar.
Not if you're not expecting them.
Was that a jar of pee that she just put in there? Because that's what it looked like. Looks like someone with a bladder infection.
Ew.
Well, it was too yellow. The more water you drink, the clearer your pee.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you have dark pee out there, all you have to do... Oh, come on. Don't be so rapey. That was rapey. Ew.
Yes, it was. It was. Angus and his sword.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that? Have a drink.
Yeah, exactly. And see, he would probably end up with a bladder infection sitting on that stone all day long.
With his arsehole right against it.
Yeah. This must be another day because she's wearing a different outfit.
Yep. Oh, that's what she implied by I spent my days doing blah, 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 blah. These two. She's talking to us again. Lenny and Squiggy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutt and Jeff.
Yep.
Mom used to say Mutt and Jeff all the time.
Yeah. I know she did.
I don't know who they are. I should look that up.
That's too funny.
I don't know who they are. And I say it.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know who those people are.
Well, you got to remember,
somebody's going to tell me. A little older than us? I hope she's more than a little older than us. She did, she is our mother.
Put glasses away. Can't see anything.
Put your glasses away because you can't see anything. That makes sense.
No, I said I put my glasses away, period. I can't see anything.
Now, this is why grammar's important and punctuation's important, even when you're speaking.
Okay, so Mutt and Jeff was a long-running and widely popular American newspaper comic strip created by cartoonist Bud Fisher in 1907.
Well, how the fuck did she even know about Mutt
Well,
and
because
Jeff?
it was probably still running back when in the 40s when she was born.
Okay, but tell me how a poor family in New Brunswick would hear about an American comic strip.
But American comic strips ran in Canada.
Yeah, I know, but
Based
I'm
on the
still wondering
newspaper.
where she would.
Grampy probably just brought them home after work.
Maybe.
Leftover paper, maybe.
Maybe.
But remember, Mom spent a lot of time in the hospital, so
right.
she probably got the newspapers for free. So
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That might be it. That makes a little bit of sense.
yeah,
They're like just like she's still talking.
yeah, but
Drink
we're
up.
still drinking.
Mhm. Oh yeah, this one.
Oh, I like this part. I think
Really?
I you know what? I really do actually,
Hmm.
because I think you
Well,
know
it's not that I don't like it. It's just that, you know.
See, I think it would be kind of cool to rub his legs. That would be weird.
Yeah, you're going to the other part. I'm this guy looks like he looks like the, you know, as if Cinderella's fairy godmother turned
Into a guy.
a toad into a man.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this
There
guy.
he is.
I
Yeah.
don't like him.
Mm,
I don't know. He looks like a fish to me. You know, kind of like Dory a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, okay, so Cinderella's fairy godmother turned a fish into a man. And there he is. And those look like dentures, man. But
Yeah.
you know, I shouldn't be picking on somebody's looks, especially
Well,
considering
this
how
is
I
just a
look.
character. It's not a.
It
That's
is.
not.
Well, it's.
Oh, see, yeah.
I don't like those wigs anyway. Those wigs just
I
think
know.
of bugs running through them and.
And I still don't understand why he doesn't have his hair tied up. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
He likes to wear it down to assert dominance.
Yeah,
He-
exactly.
He's a dominance kind of guy. He's like, nope. And he doesn't have to wear it back because he's not fighting. He's not doing anything that it gets in the way,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's why a lot of the guys wear it back is because, you know, they're getting into messes and they don't want it to, you know, impede their movement or
Yeah.
get grabbed or.
But you know what? He's small, but he's mighty, and I think he uses his voice and intimidation because, of course, he doesn't have that physical presence.
Of course, it's, you know,
Yeah.
little man syndrome.
Yeah.
Not all men with a small stature have it.
No. Davy Beaton.
Yeah, and the first ass we get to see besides Claire's, the first Scott's ass we get to see is this one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks for taking one for the team.
Well, it's not terrible. You know, really, have you ever seen a man with a badass?
Yep.
Have you?
Yep.
Okay, maybe I just haven't seen many asses then.
Yep. Mhm. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah. Some that resemble gorillas.
Okay,
some
well,
that,
yeah,
you
I'm
know.
glad I haven't been
Mhm.
exposed to that in my
Yeah.
age yet.
Mhm.
So,
yeah.
Well,
His is
thank
a
you,
little
girl.
furry.
yeah, but it's expected, you know. They would be a lot more furry in Scotland because they're not always wearing the bleaks. They don't have material rubbing up and all over the place, rubbing off the hair.
Mhm.
So you would think they would be super hairy way back in that time.
True. I saw this one guy's ass who had, you know, because a lot of guys have, you know, hair up the crack of their ass.
Mhm.
This guy's cracky hair was straight, so it looked like he had a mohawk.
So should
Up
it
the
have
crack-
been
crack of his ass.
braided?
It should have been waxed. Like, it was, yeah, he had a mohawk up the crack of his ass. It was kind of funny.
The one thing I like about this scene, damn it, I hit my microphone.
You always are.
I know, I gotta
Put your
put my
hands
hands
down.
away. I like this scene because this is kind of where they get to know each other, I think, a little bit. He's, he realizes that she knows what she's talking about because, she's doing something different than the previous healer never did before. And he's starting to feel relief right away.
Yeah.
So I think he's starting to feel like, okay, she knows what she's doing, kind of unsure. And that's why he, invites her to the thing that evening, right?
Yeah, and it gives, and she does, and she's trying to gain his trust and make herself valuable in some way, but of course that kind of turns in a different direction.
Yeah.
She looks so incredibly young and vulnerable in that shot.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though she's pounding one back again. I love this conversation.
Yeah. It's a compliment and a...
Yeah, backhanded compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull in her claws.
Yeah, watch it. Before I scratch it.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, might be an apt description, but watch your back because I'm going to...
Yeah, exactly. And those glass brims are big at the top because as soon as they take a drink, the top of the glass goes up to the middle of their forehead.
Yeah. They're quite lovely, though.
You see, I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to what glasses you should use for what drink.
Yeah, no. I figure if it's going down my gullet, I don't care what it's in.
There you go.
Could be why my liver's broken now. And I can't drink anymore, which sucks.
Alcohol. Just the smell and the taste and not for me.
I think it's good because you can't have 2 drinks without turning into a yahoo anyway.
Hey, but at least I'm pleasant, I think.
You're
I'm happy.
A goofball.
Well, how is that any different from any other day?
Well, you're like way sillier.
Yeah.
You're a silly filly when you're drunky wonky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the sound of this harp.
Mm.
I love that. See, on bad days, someone should just put music like that on, blare it throughout your house, and that will just bring you to calmness.
You think?
No. It would be for me, though. I like different music like that.
Claire's trying her best to, trying to be matchmaker to young Leary and young Jamie, and she just becomes more and more charming.
And I think Leary's too young there. She doesn't know how to flirt, Yeah.
She keeps trying.
Yeah.
But Jamie's just not really interested.
No. Well, there's an age gap there,
for sure.
So.
Well, that really didn't matter back then, I don't think, because
old
coots were marrying 16-year-olds, the dirty old fucks.
Yeah. Well, because they're virgins, right?
Yeah.
So all they wanted was someone, that had a maidenhead, and away they go.
Blech. Maidenhead. What a crack.
Yeah.
And, even back then that they judged it by that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what happens if a girl rode a horse too hard when she was 13 years old and ended up popping her cherry that way? Because that happens.
Yep, it sure does. A lot of girls that are very athletic,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's face it, girls back then, there was girls that had a lot of spirit. There was girls that had, that didn't listen, a lot of them ended up getting their arses beat constantly, and
Yeah.
don't hear a lot about them, but they existed even back then.
Okay, so I want to know who comes to these events. Like, who do you have to be invited? Do these people actually live in the castle? Like, who are these people? Who gets invited to these events? Because it looks like people that were, just normal dressed people from
the village.
land. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. They're probably people that are in favor with Column.
Yeah. I like this. You're drunk. I need to take you home.
Yeah.
Before you couldn't get yourself home.
Yeah. And before you got in trouble, because we all know you have big mouth.
Yeah. Well, he does anyway.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm just trying to keep you safe. How can I say it? So, he really likes her, but he doesn't go out of his way to spend a lot of time with her, right? Because, this is probably the first time they've seen each other in days, but he knows when to look for that opportunity, which is good. Yeah. He's understated about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whereas me, if I liked someone, it would be,
I'm going to stalk you. I'm going to be all over your IG. I'm gonna, be peeking around the corner every 3 seconds. I think that thing is infected. Oh, here, let me stick my finger in the hole so I have to come back again tomorrow.
Oh, too funny.
But he just keeps giving her reasons to trust him.
Yeah, exactly.
And letting her know that he is somebody that, she can look to.
And it's funny how she looks at him, and I wonder, is she feeling confused, or is that the attraction starting to build?
Well, yeah, because right here, they're having some eye sex.
Yes, they are. Mm. And he's like, woman, you're undressing me. Why isn't he a little bit more happy? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now she's down to the skin.
Yeah.
No drainage. Damn it.
How can you say scab and drainage and feel like...
Exactly.
These are two words that I have never thought of as foreplay.
Yeah, but apparently
to Claire, we can add scab and drainage to the things that make me horny.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. That made me hot.
Yeah. A little dizzy now.
And here we are. I love Scottish thistle. Yeah. I can't say thistle.
Oh, my daughter-in-law made me, out of her circuit machine, she made me 2 Scottish thistles, and they're attached to my bench in the backyard. I love them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love seeing. He's like, now there's 2 of them.
Damn it.
I'm gonna traipse and It's like, God, I wish it was Rupert's turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen that guy in the background before.
Okay, so are those gardens, or is that just out on the hillside?
Well, I believe, since there's a gardener that I never noticed before, that guy in the background, he's clearing something.
Yeah. But it's funny that, if she's lived there, and who are those gardens available to, because she's like, oh, I didn't know they were there, or they didn't know they were still in season.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that guy's out there digging for something. Maybe he's digging for mushrooms or truffles or
maybe
something. I don't know if those exist there. I'm pretty sure that if anybody that's listening knows, they'll correct me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a pathway, so
Yeah.
And gardens back then, I'm sure, aren't like they are now. Go to
And
Home
Angus
Depot
and that guy
pick
are
up stuff.
gone. So
Yeah.
they probably took off to smoke a bowl just so they can, have something to do to be entertained for. Yeah, see, there's the smoke. So they're smoking a joint or smoking a bowl off to the side. And he's like, I just need some time. I need to chill for a little while.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So that's my story. I'm sticking to that.
Look at her cape. It's almost like,
It's like
wool.
alpaca wool.
Right. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
And she wears different stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he's snorting something now.
Or he's just smelling everything. What is it with him and smelling everything?
And of course, he's got these short little legs. He's got to run after her everywhere she
Run,
goes.
Angus, run. Look at him. Come on. He's more used to those Highlands than she is. And he's like, slow down. Damn it, woman.
He's so cute. I just love Stephen Walters. He's like, he's such a great actor.
Yeah, he is too.
Because he's like, I've seen him in a few things now that I believe, oh gosh.
I love how he does this next thing and he always shoos it away. He does it every single time.
Those darn spirits.
Yeah. Sign of the cross.
Mm-hmm.
Shoo away the evil spirits.
And just stands there very, very calmly. Because Jesus is watching.
That's right. I got to be good. Kill the next guy, but I still got to be good.
Yeah.
And can you imagine that? I'm sure they did things like this way back then.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, even Mom, when she was younger and had eczema on her head after they shaved her head, they used to tie her hands to the bedpost so she wouldn't scratch at night.
Yep. Yeah. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be for a kid?
I can't even imagine.
No.
But can you imagine what that would feel like not being able to scratch an itch?
Mm-hmm. No. No, I think it's cruel.
Yeah. But the things back then,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Not cool at all.
Well, no wonder people only lived till, late 40s, early 50s back then.
Yeah.
Life was just so hard.
Yeah. Yep. Not, well, you say not cushy like it is now. Everybody's going to scream, hey, my life is hard. My life is hard too. Fuck. I want to, like 55 is my limit. Okay. I've got 6 good years left in me. That's it. This guy is so damn creepy. Father Bane.
Yeah.
Just
Timmy really pulls it off really well,
like
though.
Him at all.
Did he shave his head for this? Or is he wearing one of those?
No, I'm pretty sure he shaved his head.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a lot of hair to start with.
No, he's got his hairline goes back pretty far. And then from that hairline, then it also recedes. Yeah, it looks like he may have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Let me just check the back. Yeah, it looks pretty authentic. So
yeah, this kid.
He's just getting splashed in the face.
He's doing a pretty good job of, he's jumping a little bit, but he's doing a pretty good job of not because I'd be like,
even just his voice,
every time.
Father Bane's voice, it just is so creepy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I want that thing she's wearing around her neck.
The cowl?
Yeah, I love that.
I have one of those. My friend and a fellow bootlander, Sharon, made me one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to maybe dig out my knitting needles and make myself something. It's been a long time since I've knitted anything.
I don't know how to do that. I don't have the
It's
hand-eye
relaxing.
coordination.
You know what? Even for anybody that, let's say, enjoys watching TV programs or movies, it's just an extra added. See me, I'm fidgety, so for me,
what's happening?
Ooh.
The little grin he gives.
I don't like that.
That
Is he doing that to make her jealous?
yes.
What a shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Not always the smartest sex. Murtaugh's just like, that man sees,
You know what?
knows everything about
Everything.
Jamie. He's like, mm-mm.
So he knows that he's
Yep.
been smooching with Leary too.
Yep.
So yeah.
Mhm. Like how he steps on her foot, like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, he's working the Phillies all right.
Uh-huh. Bit my tongue. I
So
bit my tongue while I was having a drink.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
that's what we do. Yep. The way he looked at her and saw that it was bothering her a little bit, that's
Yeah.
what made him grin. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you are a little shithead. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like a wife. And see, Murtaugh is just, he gets Jamie so much
Yeah.
that he's like, and if Jamie marries Leary, that means I'm going to have to deal with that girl for the rest of my life. And I am not prepared to do that.
Exactly. Right. Jamie is, like they say, the king of men, and to put a child with him makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right. And
For sure.
Jamie shouldn't have been kissing her. I freaking hate that part.
Well, boy needs some loving too.
Yeah. Well,
He's not
that's
getting
what
it
the
where
right hand is for.
Oh yeah, Jamie's not left-handed. But you know what?
Yeah.
Boys use both hands, so they feel like they're with a stranger sometimes.
Oh, that's too funny. And she missed her husband.
Well, yeah.
This can, she's starting to, you can see she's starting to build those feelings for Jamie, and
Mhm.
yeah. But
And that's what makes you feel conflicted, right?
yeah, exactly. She's still not that far off from, how long it's been since she's been with Frank. Frank is still her husband. That's still the world she knows. And
Mhm.
in her head, she still wants to leave, but at least she's made a connection with somebody.
Yeah.
And the connection is growing a little bit, I think.
Oh,
But she
for sure.
still wants to go home. So
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, that's the goal. And God, you can see how cold it is
yep.
just
it's a
by
little
the
chilly.
air, people breathing. When you can see your breath, we're Canadian. When you can see your breath, it's a little nipply out there.
It's a little chilly. Yeah.
At
it
least she
is.
has clothes on now. I mean, at least she's layered.
Yeah. And you notice how Dougal got off the horse? It's not how Jamie gets off
It's
the
not
horse.
it's not the Jamie dismount, because the Jamie dismount is a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Because that horse could, like, if the horse moves at all,
Mhm.
that dismount could be, flat on his ass or flat on his back.
Yeah.
But he did it on purpose. He made that dismount, he wanted Jamie to be different.
Yeah, exactly.
So he that dismount's his own for a
And it
reason. Well,
Makes sense.
Other people
Just
have
slide
done it,
off
but-
the side of the horse.
Mhm.
Like a queen.
Yeah. I love that the top she's wearing, it's like made of feathers.
Mhm.
How they come up with this stuff.
The costume team was pretty intense for the first 3 seasons. They were really intense.
And I think she's actually wearing it backwards.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that the feathery part was supposed to be on the back,
Yeah,
but she really liked it.
and she liked playing with it.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because she does. She said she's like a really tactile person. Here we go with Father Bane again. That's Tim McInerney. McInerney.
Yikes.
I can't pronounce words today. My lips aren't loose enough.
Well, I think they are.
I'm talking about these ones. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Joe
I love the
Wanker.
furniture, you know? It's funny. I go to the salvage center out by where I live. I try and go once a week, you know, and they always have such cool stuff. But, you know, I had to stop myself from buying anything else.
Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to fit much on a boat.
No, not at all.
For those of you and sisters planning on going and living on a boat.
I'm going to be a liveaboard. You know what? I'm going to do it while I still can.
gosh.
I'm not going to wait for retirement.
Well, there you go. Have fun with it. We'll have to do our podcasts when you anchor.
Oh yeah, we'll be anchored out. We'll be on a mooring for, you know, a few months just to make sure the boat is ready to go, and then we'll be off. Living on the chain.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Oh.
Oh God.
Why did they have to make this character like this? It's just bleh.
You know, I think just to show that Galus wasn't in this for love.
No.
Galus was in this for purely her own agenda.
Yeah.
I like how she's standing there with her hand, like her hand over her nose at the start. Like, yep, smells as bad as he looks.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a good little, you know, she does what she needs to do to get her way.
Yep.
But it's so funny. She's married to this man without having sex with him. How does that freaking happen?
Right. Well, we know
why, but
I have a feeling this guy is not getting too many erections in his years.
Well, no, and she makes sure that she
probably makes sure that he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's something in her tea that makes sure that no boners happen either.
Yeah.
That she won't have to sleep with him. Nailed. Oh, could you imagine that being a punishment?
Yeah, no. You know, as much as I don't like the wigs, his wig actually suits him.
Yeah.
I have to give that one credit. That one suits him.
Farting
as he leaves the room. Oh, remember our nanny? If she had to fart, she would get up out of the chair so fast and try and leave the room as fast as she could, but never made it. You always heard her fart before she got to the kitchen. She just couldn't move fast enough, bless her heart.
I don't recall that. I do not recall that.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That's
Heaven forbid you should fart in front.
I can't. I can't make fun of him. I can't make fun of him. That's like living with my husband right now.
What, you're farting a lot in front of him?
He's farting a lot in front of me.
Okay.
It's like
I think it's just our age, you know.
Yeah, lactose intolerance, man.
You know what? We're just trying to get rid of those evil spirits out of our body.
I'm not holding it in for any of you. So, ow, ow, ow. That poor kid.
But they did such a great job, and the blood is dripping on his collar.
Well, where else is it supposed to go?
But that's the thing. It's not real. It's makeup, and they did a really great job of making it look real. I remember someone saying in the official Outlander podcast that it took them a long time to get the blood right.
Yeah. This is, and the way Gillis just kind of, goes back to, what she's doing as if this isn't a big deal. And Claire's like, this is one of the most barbaric things I have ever seen. And I've been to war.
But isn't this funny though? Like, of course, both don't know where each other is from. And how long has Galis been there now for? And
Right.
why is it she is so accustomed to it? Yes, she's done a lot of history and so forth and so forth. And maybe she's a little bit wiser that she just needs to fill in, but she seems really, really comfortable.
I think it's because she has less empathy.
Mhm.
I think it's because she likely really doesn't give a shit.
She has a clear agenda.
Absolutely. She has a plan. She went there with a plan,
Yeah.
right? So, there's Jamie with his wee bonnet.
Uh-huh. What'd you say? Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. Never
Huh?
mind. You're
Yeah,
too busy thinking about that. And so is Gillis. She's like, oh, Missy McTavish.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. She was like, I was just getting something out of her, and you interrupted. Come on, have a drink. We'll
Did you
both
see-
go with it.
Did you see Claire's slight little like back and forth, like, no, I don't want to talk about it? And
Yeah.
Jamie,
Get me outta here.
Jamie's getting those signals
Mhm.
fast.
Yep. Yep.
That's what I love about their connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can read her. She can read him.
Yeah, exactly. And he can't
The
take
way
his
she's
eyes off
petting
him.
herself is just,
I know. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's a
Mhm.
good reflection of her character, even
Yep.
though she just does it on her own. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
she says everything with such snark behind
Yeah,
it. How long does
exactly.
he have to stay there?
And JB's just kind of like, yep, that's the way it is. You know?
Not even give it a second thought.
Yeah. Your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah.
Mhm.
We'll talk about
I
that.
hear you.
It's so he can pull the nail out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
He
And,
can
you know, this is
pull the nail out.
This is another scene that I really was hoping that was going to be in there from the book, and it was a lot of fun to see.
Oh.
Woos! This is a good thing somebody was there to, because she went off the second step.
Yep.
Good thing she went into the crowd. Gillis is watching. She's like this is not a natural reaction for a woman, like here.
Yeah.
Like something's up with this chick.
She doesn't like the sight of blood, but she's the local healer.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Why is she doing this for this kid? Like, why does she have so much empathy for this kid? Because people of this time
Didn't.
don't care. Like, this is a little street urchin. This is,
Yeah.
another beautiful ruin.
I wonder if that's accessible to people.
I
I
believe
wonder
it
where
is.
that is. Be curious. The Black Kirk.
I know it's in the Outlandish Scotland tourist
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Are we going to do the tour while we're there? Or are we just going to jump in a car
No, I
and
think we're
go
gonna.
all of it?
I think we're gonna take the book, the Outlandish Scotland book that I have,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go through the book first. We've got the time.
Yeah, exactly.
know?
I think we should just get a car and go.
Yeah,
That'll be pretty cool. I love
Mm-hmm.
old things like that.
absolutely.
Look at how cold it is every time he talks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It is.
they're just standing there like it's a spring day.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you
Well-
their hands are freezing.
Well, I think Sam Hewen might be a little bit more used to that kind of
Of
weather,
course.
maybe.
Yeah.
And
But as thin
Trina
as
scent.
as thin as those clothes, even they're not really thin. It's
No.
the layers that are keeping them warm, right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Katrina spent a lot of the last few years before she moved to Glasgow in LA. So I think it
Yeah.
might have taken her a little bit longer to build up a resistance. Although I think she got baptized by fire in those first couple of weeks, where in that shift probably built up a tolerance real damn quick.
Yeah. But again, she's a champion, they say. She doesn't complain, and
well, you wouldn't at the first. I bet you anything now going into season 6, I bet you, by season 3, she was like, I would not do that again. Like,
right?
No fucking way are you going to put me through that kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And now that she's a producer, she's like, you're not taking advantage of anyone else like that. That's not right. Because that was excessive. But again, everybody starts somewhere and move together, Yeah. It's, but yeah, a champ. All right. It's a good thing she was.
And it's a good thing that she is as educated as she is, like he was telling her the history about it. And, the fact that she knew that Germany used to be called Prussia,
right.
And that she knew the origin of the leaf, right. This is from Germany, right. Where the monks from Germany, right. That's just really nice intelligence right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you where my piece of paper came from.
China.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, this guy.
Me.
But you know what? Jamie mentioned it in another scene. You know what? These people haven't been anywhere from walking distance from where they were born.
Yeah.
So you only know what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
What surrounds you. And of course, Father Bain is acting on behalf of the Lord, and what he says goes, because why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But look at her here. No woman would have ever done that.
Yeah.
God, she's a strong woman. So
powerful,
forceful, what I mean? Like, and
it's just like she grew 3 feet. She grew 3 feet tall, and she was looking at him eye to eye. It was,
yeah, exactly.
I smell more vapors coming off of you ugly old fart.
Yeah. And then the other sister just, is in bewilderment. She doesn't understand.
Uh-huh.
But I think, to Mrs. Fitz's benefit is she knows Claire, right?
Right.
Like she knows her. So,
well, she knows that she's done a lot of good, and the things that she knows have helped people at the castle.
Yeah.
And that she has seen people getting better under her care.
Yeah.
So she trusts her word.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Father Bain has been trying to help this kid for how long, and nothing has happened. He's only gotten worse. So she's going with the logic of the situation.
Well, and his only purpose, Father Bain, is to make sure that when he passes, his soul is cleansed. That's it.
And he
right?
was trying to exorcise the demon.
Yeah.
Well,
Good God.
Where was the proof of the demon? Except for the kid just kept on puking when he was,
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a demon. That's vomit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Satan making a fool by saving a life.
Yeah.
Lord love a duck.
That's how God works.
I'd be so curious to be in a casting room and watch the process. You know what I mean? Like you see it on TV and all that crap, but just to be in the room when that one person walks in that would be great for the role. You know, does it happen like that, or do they actually?
I think so.
Scale it down to 10, scale it down to 3, and then pick from there, or is that one person always the right person and that's it?
Well, I think a lot of the times they get, like they'll send in tapes, self-tapes and stuff like that, or they'll, do a casting call, and they'll have all these people in one day, and then they'll narrow it down, and then or I think sometimes they, have a couple of people that they have in mind and they call them in for the role. And then they go from there. I don't even know if, I think sometimes they might, I'm not sure if Tobias even had any competition for Blackjack. I wonder if they just, I don't know if he even auditioned for the role.
You always hear from, the actor's point of view, what it's like to audition, but I've never heard it from, someone that is casting.
Right.
What's it? Yeah. What's it like on that end? Is that person just it? Or are you 70% this person could be it, and then it just works out in the end? Because I wonder, based on the casting that they've done for this show, have they taken a step back and say, maybe we should have went with Joe number 2, because from my perspective, the casting's fantastic, but I just wonder what it's like from their perspective.
She did take part in Outcast's podcast, which with Tim Downey and David Barry, which is a great podcast. Everybody should check it out if they haven't. It's called Outcasts, and you can find it on any of your podcast providers. And she's brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I think it works in a lot of ways, but yeah, I mean, Katrina had sent in a self-tape before. Yeah. And it had gone through the process and she didn't get the part. And then it went through the system again. And they were like, okay, let's bring her in for the chemistry test. And that's where she nailed it.
Right.
But she had sent in a self-tape before, and I guess it didn't hit.
It's funny how personal opinion really plays a big role in
just
that, right?
Seeing somebody one-on-one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because alone, do you catch Claire's essence?
And I don't think
with Sam,
right?
It was a different story.
Absolutely.
And hearing this, the way she looks right now, it's like, this is me. You're talking about me.
I know, I love that, but why? Yeah. Why is he telling her that particular story? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because he knows. Mm-hmm. He didn't go through it, the other ones that they've been to, just this one. Yes, she did, Claire. She came back through the stones.
And, in most stories, there's, little glimmers of truth.
Yeah.
Most.
Yeah.
Well, that's like dragons, the stories of dragons.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Well, people are like, well, where's the glimmer of truth in that? Yeah. Well, can you imagine being, back in those days, the medieval days, the stories of dragons would come from if they found dinosaur bones.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You look at a dinosaur bone and they basically excavate it. What would that look like?
Perception of the era. Because if it was dug up 200 years ago, the perception is going to be different than if it was dug up today, right?
Exactly. So. Well, that looks like a dinosaur bone.
Yeah,
I mean, that looks like a dragon. Like if they were to make up something in their head, that would be a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was the end of that one.
You know what? The one thing I liked about that episode is you got to see the relationship or the connection between Claire and Jamie start growing, just with his prolonged gazes, her, blinking her eyelashes, double taking, you know what I mean? And I think she's starting to feel that with him a little bit, but she still has her agenda right now. Right. She's got to get back home. Yeah. So.
Well, that's her core focus. So I think when you see the core focus, but because we're on the outside looking in, we can see those. It's kind of like, let's say it's the, planet Saturn. So
Yeah.
you have the planet, which is clear, but then we're the rings around where we can see these emotions that are spreading out. We can see the things that are starting to evolve around her, which are her feelings for Jamie, her attachment, and the comfort that she has living in that world. We saw the discomfort she had when she was in the world of the past, like of the future. We saw those moments where she just didn't seem like she was natural.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing now.
Yeah. Well, that was good. I can't wait for episode 4.
Yep. We'll get there.
We will. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Don't know.
I'm going to be working on the house.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. Crank the music up and dance and work all at the same time.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'd
Why?
fall over.
Yes, you would.
I have zero balance. No balance.
Yeah. Well, we could strap you to a chair, and then I could put some mud on a tool for you, and you could just go ahead and mud, and I can tape if you want. I can, I think you could help.
I think that would look more like a hostage situation.
Yeah, but that would still be fun.
For who?
Me. It would be a blast, and man,
I am not your entertainment.
I would live feed the shit out of that.
Yeah, well, I am not that. You do not have my consent.
SIssues and TIssues.
Oh, I love heartwarming stories.
Yeah, me too. So this one, part of our sister story. So some 30 plus years ago, my mother was giving birth. The doctor had just come in from doing a hysterectomy and is not paying the best attention. Fortunately, all is going well, and my brother is born safely. And then all of a sudden this happens. The doctor says to my parents, "It's a girl." My dad, he takes one look and says, "That's no girl." Well, the punchline of this is last summer, my brother came out as my transgender sister.
Woohoo! How much do I love this story?
Oh.
Because it's 30 plus years ago.
Right?
That the family is sharing this story that you know what, the doctor made this comment, and guess what, he was always right. That they're sharing this as a part of this girl's journey.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so heartwarming. Not necessarily that they came out as transgender, but that they made this story a part of her journey is what really makes me feel like I just get the warm fuzzies over my whole body just thinking about it.
And the doctor, I think he did get it right. Wasn't paying attention, but you know what? Maybe he's one of those like look into the future kind of doctors.
Exactly. Right. Yep. So this is how I see it.
Yeah.
This is where this is going. And that the family, because that would be, the family is saying, what, 30 some years ago, this is our truth.
Yeah.
And, and that it took that long for this girl to say, this is my identity.
Yeah.
And, and the whole family is going, yeah, it was right from the start.
Yeah. Good for her. Good for her.
It just makes me all warm and fuzzy in that, for the person who wrote in, because it's an anonymous source.
Yes.
We're not sure where the story actually came from, but for them to stand up and It's a
good one.
It's so wonderful.
It's a good one.
I love
So,
it.
guys, make sure that you join us for our next episode of SIssues and our sister segments at the end of each and every one of our podcasts. So, just to remember, blood or bond. Please make sure that you go to SIssues.ca, share your stories with us, or visit us on social media at Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. See you there.